Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad to have you here with me this evening. If you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and set any requests for your personal healing. You can set either the request to what you're specifically looking to have addressed, or you can even request specific crystals, because we're going to take all of that feedback and put it into a beautiful crystal grid that we will build here just for all of your requests. If you are watching this as a pre-recorded video, hello from the past. If you want to skip ahead to the session itself, you can start looking around the 1 hour mark, or where you see the lights begin to shift and begin your journey there. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. Thank you for your ongoing support. It's wonderful to see you again. If you'd like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, or if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or even shop my crystal collection, go ahead and visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com, which is also linked in the description. So let's go ahead. I'm in Philadelphia, as the name would suggest, and it's been a day. It's been a day here. Our highway fell apart. We just don't know quite what to make of it all. We're usually pretty resilient, but this is a pretty big bummer. But we're also glad nobody was hurt. So everyone who's here, go ahead, say hi. I see some requests coming in. Let's go ahead, say hello to everyone, and start building this beautiful grid. Okay, awesome. So we're starting things off with our usual copper spiral. Copper helps to get the energy flowing, and it also helps to break up blockages. And let's see who we have here. We have Lee, Jenny, Kelsey, Jenny, Grace. It's good to see you, Grace. Violet Integration, Tina, Jennifer, and possibly Barbara. I hope everyone's well. So let's see what we got going on in here. Yeah, it's been a day. It's been a day in Philly. It's been a week, really. I mean, honestly, the whole Northeast has just had a week. So let's see. Grace, you have intentions for heart healing, a great week ahead, love and happiness. And let's see. Hey, Christina, good to see you. Okay, good stuff. So let's start building this grid. So let's start with Grace's intention, heart healing, great week, love, happiness. Let's see, heart healing. Awesome. Let's start off with some rhodochrosite, which can be wonderful for heart healing. This is a stone of that's rhodochrosite. Sorry about that. Rhodonite can be a wonderful stone it's usually thought of as like a breakup stone or a divorce stone, but it's really great for any kind of broken heart, anything, including grief of a lost partner. It's also a wonderful stone for allergies, asthma, and anything having to do with the lungs. It's a great autoimmune stone too. So here's what it looks like. It's also wonderful for healing insecurities, anyone that is healing from past emotional abuse or belittling. It's also great for balancing yin and yang in the body. I actually wear this as crematory jewelry because I think it's kind of perfect for that. But yeah, it helps to heal a broken heart so you can open your heart to love once again. It's very supportive and very gentle. And for love, there's so many good love stones, but I'm going to bring in ruby. We often bring this in for its leadership qualities, which it absolutely has. If you're looking for leadership, management, that kind of stuff, especially if you want to feel confident with your personal management and leadership style, look no farther than ruby for sure. It's also great for fibromyalgia and fertility, but it's excellent for love. And this is actually what ruby looks like, how it forms in nature. And even without being cut or carved, how beautiful it is. So that's ruby. And let's think of something for happiness for the week ahead. Let's bring in Amazonite. There's another quality of Amazonite that we often don't think about. Amazonite we often use here for reminding those of us who take care of others and think of others first that we need self-care too. I'm definitely in that camp. It's also wonderful for the spine and spinal nerves, but it's a great stone for luck, calming. It's great for neuro issues. It's got this very, very strong luck to it. It's honestly one of the stones that's kind of suggested if you're going out to like play games of chance or something. So Amazonite, we'll bring that in. So let's put some fortune at our sides here for the week ahead. Oh, it's good to see you, Grace. Let me know if there's anything else I can help with. It's good to have you. Jennifer, soreness from rearranging the living room to buffer loud season of the neighborhood. Oh yeah, I hear that. Jen, for those of you who aren't regulars here, Jen and I are pretty much neighbors, and yep, it's loud season for sure. And you would like love reconnection, smoothly selling your home and buying a new one, and you have some stones you've requested. Absolutely. So let's get some Lemurian quartz, honey calcite, kyanite, Herkimer diamond, and cinnabar. Let's start with cinnabar. Cinnabar is wonderful for attracting customers to a business. It is mercury ore. Yes, mercury. So as you can see, it's actually the specimen I'm holding here, the only cinnabar in it is actually the red that you see. The rest of it is just for me to safely hold it. Generally, if you're purchasing cinnabar today, you're going to get a specimen more like this, which is more quartz than it is cinnabar, just because it's a lot safer. Cinnabar is definitely thought to be the merchant stone. It's long thought to attract customers to any kind of business and help to increase the flow of revenue to that business. So whether you're self-employed or you own a larger business or you work for a business and you're trying to help them do better, which would help you do better, cinnabar is a wonderful stone, but of course be very careful with it. Mercury is quite toxic, so we'll put that there. So all the best to you in business. Herkimer diamond is very helpful for manifesting and really taking what you're manifesting and kind of putting a little bit of oomph out there with it. This is also a helpful stone for connecting to the divine and for being in the present moment. I feel like being in the present moment is the best place to be whenever you're manifesting your next steps. It helps you to, rather than just constantly chasing the next thing, to be able to be present, see what you feel satiated with, see what you're looking forward to. It really adds a level of groundedness to the entire affair. It's also helpful for balancing energy, helping metabolism, and with intuition in general. So that is Herkimer diamond. And Herkimer diamond is actually a misnomer. It's basically double terminated quartz. It forms like this under the ground. And these are found in the Herkimer, New York region, which is not terribly far from where I am in Philadelphia. Not around the corner, but not terribly far. Belinda Wade, good to see you. Cora Carr. Vincent, good to see you. Oh, wonderful. Good to see everyone. Okay, good stuff. I will get to everyone's request today, too. So let's see. Next is honey calcite. This helps with bringing in optimism, even when times are really rough. It's also fantastic for balancing the solar plexus and sacral chakras. And as such, it really helps us to attract the right people into our lives, to have great relationships with, whether it's friends, romance, colleagues, whatever the case may be. If you're moving to a new neighborhood or something and you're trying to manifest good neighbors, this can even be a really good stone. But it's one that helps to attract folks who resonate with the you that you are today. So it can be really helpful. It's a lovely stone. It's one of our favorites here. Kunzite is a very high vibrational, loving pink stone. It's angelic. I feel like this is very connected with the Kuan Yin, and it's a stone of the heart chakra. And the heart chakra, it helps it actually expand and even hold more unconditional love than you may previously have thought. It helps to connect with our angels and our spirit guides, and in general helps to I always feel like it helps to balance and open the connection between the crown and the heart. So I love kunzite. There we go. Place that in the center there. Lemurian quartz, specifically blue mist Lemurian quartz. Thank you to Vincent and Cora Carr for gifting these to the stream. This is wonderful for healing any kind of old past trauma, especially early childhood and past lives, either one or both, and a lot of times it's both. Whether or not you see and experience and intuit your past lives, this can still help to heal issues from then. It's great also for learning about yourself while you're going through your self-healing journey, which is such a powerful thing to be able to learn about ourselves and bring that wisdom forward with us in the future. So we will bring in some Lemurian quartz. Let's see. I feel like they want to face inward today. Okay. And let's see if there's anything else that I can think of for... I feel like I want to throw in some black tourmaline for you. Black tourmaline helps to keep negative energy at bay, and so if you're trying to keep your neighbor's noise at bay, this will kind of help to keep the energy at bay as well. I've gone so far as to crush this up and sew it into curtains. It works like a charm, but if you're someone who's sensitive to energy, or if you find that you get really cranky in certain places, or you get really angry in certain areas, try putting a little bit of this around or carrying it with you and see if it doesn't help. So black tourmaline, very protective, great for anyone who feels like they're empathic, that they pick up on the energy of others. And all the best to you, Jen. Tina, you would appreciate healing crystals for attracting more like-minded people into your life, for opening your heart chakra. Thank you. It sounds like we've already kind of really helped with that. I absolutely would have pulled honey calcite for you. I'm also going to go ahead and grab some peridot. Peridot helps to support the friendships with the people in your life that help you to be the best version of yourself, like the really well-balanced friends, the ones that balance with the version of you that you are here today. It's also great for breaking bad habits and cycles, especially if you're not even aware of them, or if you're just having a lot of trouble breaking them. It's also great for IBS, acid reflux, and really anything having to do with digestion. So that's peridot. And for heart chakra, we have a couple already, but I'm going to add one more. I'm going to add some rose quartz. Rose quartz helps us to more easily let go of what no longer serves, painful emotions, and kind of release in the heart, because it is a very strong and very consistent vibration of love and support. When we have a lot of pain and we don't want to let go of it, a lot of times it's because we're concerned something worse is going to come along, or that we'll forget what we've been through and we'll go through it again. Rose quartz reminds us that there's something else that can come in to replace all of the hurt and the pain that is much easier and more ideal for your experience. So we'll bring this in too. So lots of love to you, Tina. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. Okay, let's see. Awesome. We have lots of good heart stones there. Intention of patience and inner harmony, as well as healing for your mother-in-law who just got diagnosed with breast cancer. I'm so sorry. Patience and inner harmony. Let's do that. Patience. My favorite stone for patience is dumortierite, and this was gifted by Jennifer Vatsa. You can find her crystal shop online at Belladonna Botanicals. I believe Jen has a website and Belladonna Botanicals on Etsy. So, but Dumortierite definitely helps with patience and also with standing up for yourself, as well as with anger. It helps us to kind of release it a lot more easily without it being quite so explosive and volatile. It also helps to improve situations that just seem beyond help. It helps to support us being more tidy, and it also supports nervous dogs, believe it or not. So yeah, Dumortierite. Let's bring this in. Put a piece right here on the rose quartz. And another right here. And Inner Harmony. Blue Apatite. Let's do that. Blue Apatite, in addition to Inner Harmony and Inner Peace, can also help to illuminate our soul's purpose and help us along our soul's path. This is also one that strengthens the auric field or the energy field around your body. If you were listening to what I said about black tourmaline, which repels negative or less than great energies, and that sounded like, ooh, I need that. This might be a good one for you too, because it will help you to keep from absorbing those energies by strengthening your field. It's also fantastic for anyone that's looking to either lose weight or gain weight, or just simply improve their relationship with food. So, Blue Apatite. Okay, just give me a moment to work these in. But yeah, it's wonderful for harmony. It's a really peaceful stone. There we goes. Okay. And for breast cancer. A stone that is often gifted to folks who have cancer is rutilated quartz. And you can see it here. It's clear. In this case, the rutilated quartz is clear, and what looks like little hairs are actually the rutils. This is thought to focus energy. So it helps us to focus our mind. It helps us to be direct with things. It's also thought to be lovely for directing healing where it's most needed. And so for many decades, it's thought to be a wonderful gift for someone who's going through cancer treatments, to help with the intention of, I hope this helps you with your treatments, that they go to where they're most needed. Additionally, this is a stone that is thought to really energize the body, especially if you've been really run down or really tired, and that can certainly be supportive of that journey too. So definitely all the best to your mother-in-law. I hope all works out well for her. And we'll put this in here. And lots of love to Korokar's stepdad and anyone else who's struggling with cancer right now. So let's see. Okay, this has to move up a little bit. So all the best to you and to her and everyone involved. Good to see you. You're welcome, Tina. Intention of finding a good home for a cat, helping a neighbor in West Philly. I'll do my best to spread the word for sure. Oh, Martha, good to see you. Wonderful to see you. And let's use next. Kelsey Strayer, we've got Mother-Daughter Healing. Please, Mother, believe in me. Lots of love. Lots and lots of love. I've got, let's see. I just had rhodochrosite. Here it is. This is great for like mother-daughter bonding. So that's what it is. It looks similar to rhodonite. Rhodonite is pink and black. Rhodochrosite is pink and white. Excellent for mother-child bonding, as well as connecting to ancestors telepathically and intuitively. It's also great for the heart, the circulatory system, and it's thought to help things like visionary meditation, shamanic journeying, that kind of thing. It's also great for asthma and stress headaches. So I'll bring this in. And I'm going to bring in some yellow calcite too. This is one that helps with the solar plexus, which is your center of self. So this can support things like self-confidence, and that might help too, to help you feel a little bit more supported. So I hope that this helps. It's also great for self-identity, clearing blockages of the solar plexus, the center of self, and just optimism in general too. This is a really great joy stone. So I hope that this helps and supports you. And if there's anything else I can do to support, let me know. It's good to have you here. All the best to you. There we go. Okay. And Jenny, following my heart and courage, please. Puppy and kitty health too. So puppy and kitty health, let's start there with leopard skin jasper. Leopard skin jasper is superb for anything that has to do with animals. And you can see why it's called leopard skin. It's got those kind of spots there. So leopard skin jasper, anything having to do with your animals. Also wonderful for connecting with our animal guides, as well as the spirit, so your animal guides, but also the animals of the land that you live on too. This is also great for attracting love and for any illness or issue that's impacting the skin and anything that's parasitic. So that is leopard skin jasper. And we're also going to do following your heart. The blue apatite and the yellow calcite will help, but there's some other good ones too. Let's go ahead with picture jasper. This helps you to envision future potential. So when you're saying like following your heart, this will help you envision like a really beautiful version of what the future can look like. It helps with seeing the big picture. It helps with new ventures, new adventures, as well as it's supportive of the kidneys too, which if I recall, there's someone here who usually has that request. And it also helps with travel. So if you are moving or traveling to faraway places, especially abroad, if you're going to be encountering or immersing yourself in different cultures, this is a stone to help you make the most of that too. So this will help that. And the other stone that will help your following your heart is definitely the blue apatite, as well as the yellow calcite. Yellow calcite also helps with like following what you want to do rather than the shoulds. I should do this, I shouldn't be this way. It's more like, what do I want? And less about what does everyone else expect, or the feeling of obligations and things like that. So I hope that helps. It's good to see you, and lots of love. If you think of anything else, let me know. And I will be seeing you tomorrow, and happy birthday. And for Christina, positive social interaction. It's not your decision to be this socially isolated. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can definitely help with that. Oh, Barbara, absolutely. I can support that for sure. Oh, there we go. Martha for health for kidneys, constipation, flu. So kidneys, we have the picture jasper. Peridot will help with digestion, but let's also bring in, and I'm going to get everyone's requests. I'm just going to bounce around a little bit. Dalmatian jasper will help with digestion. This actually has black tourmaline running through it. And so since black tourmaline helps to keep negative energy at bay, this helps to keep our energy field clear. It's great to bring about cooperation, and it can help us if we're getting overly cynical. It helps us to kind of release that. It's also great for every kind of digestive issue you might have. So that is Dalmatian jasper. Okay, and for brain and memory specifically, we have pyrite. Pyrite is also great for financial abundance. We like to think that the fool's gold brings the real gold. It's helpful for your body to make the most of a Reiki session, so it's always welcome here with us. There's also properties of protection. If you are opening to intuition or new ways of using your intuition and are struggling with, yes, I want to be open and intuitive, but I also want protection at the same time, which can feel like a bit of a mixed message at times, pyrite can help hold that space for you. It's also fantastic for the lungs and fever. So here we go. Let's bring this in. So yeah, that's the brain and memory. And another good one for brain is blue kyanite. This helps with a number of things. One of them is issues with brain injury, specifically more geared towards if it involves speech or mobility, but it's helpful all around. It's also a beautiful stone for helping us to love and accept ourselves exactly as we are, and extremely useful for understanding intuitive messages. If you are doing card readings or channeling or however you connect and you're having a difficult time understanding. It also helps with dreams. Like, what do these dreams mean? Blue kyanite can be very helpful there. So we'll bring that in. And I'm glad that you are here. Enjoy, hang out. We're going to get into the Reiki in a little bit. And Kanta, good to see you. Smooth travel in and out of Philly and New York. Repair of 95 North and the Blue Route to Plymouth meeting. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is something else. I woke up this morning and a friend of mine from New Jersey had sent me the clip and it had just happened. And I was just... I'm still flummoxed. I can't even believe it. But yeah, lots of love to that for sure. We'll definitely do some travel protections. Let's do that now. One that can be really helpful for protection during travel. Tourmalinated quartz. So again, with black tourmaline, in this case, it's going through quartz. I have clear and I have this beautiful green. When black tourmaline goes through quartz, it really helps to break up really stuck energy. This is grounding and releasing nervous energy, old habits, patterns, and pain from even early childhood. It's also thought to break up scar tissue in and on the body, but also in the emotions and in the mental scape as well. It helps with new jobs, good fortune, good luck, finding new sources of income, passive revenue, and things like that. And it is also very protective of those who travel, especially by car. So lots of love to you. I hope this helps. And we have dumortierite here, which helps with patience, which I think we're all going to need a lot of for a while. But all the best to you. Put that in there. Okay. Oof. And let's see what else we can find here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Positive social interaction. Definitely the honey calcite helps, Christina. And let's see. Let's also do some lapis and some carnelian. Lapis helps with pain and inflammation. It's also great for communication, honest, open communication that's very clear. People can really easily articulate their needs and discuss all those different issues. It's great for personal responsibility and embodying integrity, and it attracts people that are like in the same. It also aids with things like disorganization, and it can be really helpful with moving up in your career, as well as the ears. It's thought to aid anything impacting the inner ear, including things like vertigo. So that is lapis. And next I'm going to bring in some carnelian. So carnelian is an all-around wonderful relationship stone, and not just romantic relationships, all relationships, family, friends, neighbors, all the people that you might connect with. Because it's connected with the sacral chakra, which is the center of how we relate to others and the world around us. This can help you with attracting a soulmate relationship on a romantic level, also helps with sexual function and dysfunction, aids with fertility. In the relationships that are more general, it helps with folks seeing kind of where they stop and the next person begins, as well as in a way holding space for other people. It can be really supportive of that. It helps with things like creativity very much, because the sacral chakra is also the center of creativity, and it's helpful for cold, allergies, and wound healing as well. So we'll bring in carnelian. So that can really help with relationships. Oftentimes I have folks asking, like, what can I bring into work? I'm working with a new team or something along those lines, and it just feels a little awkward. And carnelian's a good one. Also, Herkimer diamond. Herkimer diamond helps to balance energies, including if they just don't feel well matched. So that might be helpful too. But lots of love for you. I hope that helps. So yeah, those are all the good social stuff stones, but we love you here and you're always welcome here, and it's good to see you. And for Korakar, mother's prosperity, health, longevity, and financial abundance. Absolutely. Let's see. Okay, so let's bring in the financial abundance. We have pyrite, we have cinnabar. Let's bring in some citrine, the best financial abundance stone there is. And this not only helps with bringing in things like the actual finances that we need and getting our basic needs covered, but it also helps us to make the best decisions we can with what we have. This is one that also balances logic and intuition really well. I use it for that a lot. My Capricorn self, I mean, as much as I do this for a living, I tend to be very much in my head. So I try to remind myself, like, let the intuition come in a little bit, Capricorn. It also helps with addictions and compulsions, and it's thought to be good for nausea as well. So that is citrine. It's getting harder and harder to find real citrine. Oftentimes it's like baked amethyst. Like if you take amethyst and you heat it at a certain temperature or you irradiate it, it turns into a bright yellow, and it's sold as citrine, and it's not necessarily citrine. But yeah, normal citrine is like this sort of brownish orangey color. And next is red tiger eye, which is great for manifesting financial abundance with a quickness, like if you need quick money. It's also highly protective. on the mundane and spiritual level. So if someone's doing malevolent spiritual work, this is very protective. It's also great for very mundane, day-by-day bullying, picking on, gaslighting, triangulating, people who just sort of get bullied or picked on at work, at school, anything like that. This can be really, really helpful. So I will bring this in, but this is red tiger eye. And all the best to your mom. I also want to bring in one for her wellness. And last time I believe we used tree agate, and I feel like I want to bring that in again. So tree agate is sacred in Ayurveda. And Ayurveda is the sister science of yoga. In that system, we have probably at least heard of the chakras. Well, there's a lot more going on than just those big centers and wheels of light. The channels through which energy moves in the body in that system are called nadi, N-A-D-I. You can kind of think of them in the same way you might think of meridians, like in acupuncture. It's basically like a kind of like the veins, except for energy. And so they're not visible with the naked eye, but they do carry the energy through the body. This stone is thought to harmonize the flow of that energy throughout the body, and it's thought to bring about optimal physical health and well-being regardless of what body type you might be or what your current balance or imbalances might be. So tree agate. So lots of love to your mom, Cora Carr. Awesome. And yeah, so good to see you. Happy Sunday. Belinda, petrified wood, any new crystal in the collection, fuchsite, clear quartz, and prehnite. So let's do fuchsite, clear quartz, prehnite. Petrified wood. Clear quartz is helpful for basically amplifying the intentions of anything that you're working with. So it can amplify the power of other stones around it. It can amplify your intentions if you're doing things like manifesting something or you're vision boarding or anything like that. It's also helpful for being a stand-in for any crystals you don't have. So you don't have to have all the crystals like I have a ton of crystals here. You can have this basically stand in and ask it to embody the energy of a particular crystal that maybe you don't have, or maybe geopolitically you don't want to obtain. This is also a stone that you can basically make into your own talisman. It can record energy, so you can program it essentially with an intention and even gift it to someone if you're like, I don't know of a perfect stone for this. Hey, let's make one. So clear quartz. It's like a blank slate / amplifier. There we go. Fuchsite is really helpful. It's another one that can boost the energy of other stones around it, but it is exceptional for just joy and finding time for play. It encourages play when you're in that loop of, I need to work, I need to get things done, I need to work, I need to get things done. This is the one that reminds you, take a break, go play, all work and no play makes everybody a dull boy. So let's not do that. It also helps with sleep disturbances, and it's thought to support spinal alignment. So fuchsite. Prehnite helps with facilitating spiritual learning and teaching, whether you're teaching it or learning it, and really teaching and learning in general, but especially spiritual pursuits. So if you're learning something like Reiki, because I teach Reiki, I have prehnite behind me and all around. I also had it in my studio too when I would teach in person. This is a stone that can help one to connect intuitively as well. It helps facilitate lucid dreaming, prophecy, divination. If you do any kind of psychic vision work. This can be very helpful. It also helps with meditation. It helps to keep your mind from wandering. And it's thought to help things like the kidneys. So definitely in support of our request for kidney support. And yeah, it also helps if you're struggling with saying no to unfair demands. Prehnite can be really, really supportive of that too. So let's bring that in. And petrified wood, one of my favorite stones. So petrified wood, which can look any number of ways. Petrified wood it was a literal tree, and it died before it went into this very long process of transforming into a stone. And it brings all of the wisdom of that journey with it. Anytime you're going through a difficult transformation in your life, petrified wood can be just so helpful. It can help with guiding. It can help with sort of this very earthy support. And it also helps you to see yourself as not just, I'm not that person anymore, but who you're transitioning into. So that is petrified wood. And let's see, and something that is new in my collection. Let's see. See what's sitting here. I actually do have a piece of golden healer from Korakar, but currently I'm doing a nice spiritual cleanse on it, so I'm not ready to put it in the grid just yet, but when it's here, I definitely will remember it from when you are here. What else is new? Korakar, by the way, because Korakar and Vincent gifted that to me, so that will be part of the grids very soon. But also Korakar, I have a gift in return for you. I have Flower Blossom Agate. It has come in. It is here for you. Yeah. So I'm thinking, let's actually go ahead and use this, because this feels like a good one. So I'm going to... Korakar, I hope you don't mind if I use this in the grid today. We'll give it lots of Reiki. But this is Flower Blossom Agate. It helps to, as you can see, it looks kind of like cherry blossoms opening up inside. And that's how it helps us to see the person we are blooming into. This can help us on our transformational journey. And it's really apt on the heels of petrified wood. This helps you to see the new promise and the beginning of all of the hard work that you're putting in, beginning to see the payoff and how you're transforming and how you're blooming and blossoming into a beautiful, even more, magnanimous version of yourself. So that is Flower Blossom Agate. So for right now, I'm going to, let's see. Let's put this here. Yay. I think that's the one. So I hope that works for you, Belinda. Hey, Blue Sky, good to see you. Okay, cool. It's now a famous rock. Yay. Blue Sky, good to see you. Catherine, awesome. Rachel, hello. Chris, Natalie, yay. Oh, so many good people. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, everyone, for helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. I got my official invite to become a YouTube partner and have the channel monetized. And there's a ton more things I can do for the community once that's done. So I got the invitation. I submitted everything. So I'm just waiting to hear back. So thank you, everyone, so much. Oh, let's do a celebratory stone for me. I will add one in at the end, too. And, oh, Joanna, good to see you, too. Does quartz cancel out any stones? No, unless you want it to. I would say quartz, if anything, would just sort of amplify other stones. Let's see. Okay, good stuff. So we've got Belinda's stuff. Improving mystical magnetism. Ooh, I like that. Like kind of like when you request something from the universe, it kind of comes to you. What can help with that? I would usually suggest Herkimer diamond for that. So let me know, Korakar, if there's a different stone you would like for that. Yeah, let me know if there's a different stone you would like for that. Okay, we got Martha's. Good home for the cat. We've got leopard skin jaspers in there, which is good for all animal everything. And tourmalinated quartz helps with getting to where we need to be. Got smooth travels. Okay. Chris. Awesome. Please put something on the grid for health, prosperity, and something to get my sexy back. So I went shopping with my daughter today and I bought leather pants. I need the courage to wear them. Oh, heck yeah, let's do that. Okay, so. Okay, let's see. Let's think about definitely self-confidence. For getting your like kind of sexy vibe back, carnelian's excellent for that. Really helps with sexuality of all different ways. And let's see. Confidence to a point is I would say yellow calcite was the first thing that came to mind, which is already here. The next one was blue calcite, because that is radical self-acceptance. Like, this is me, this is who I am, I feel good about it. So absolutely that. But I'm also going to bring in some mahogany obsidian. Mahogany obsidian is a good one for releasing any feelings around like perfectionism and releasing any feelings that like you need approval of some kind. This is sort of like, I'm going to do me and you can just have a problem over there. This is also great for teeth and gums. And I think that, did you mention that or? Well, definitely it's a good thing. It's also good for carpal tunnel, skin healing, releasing anger too, but also, like I said, releasing perfectionism, sort of like that a done something is better than a perfect nothing, but also even on the small levels of how we lose joy when we focus too much on the details. But yeah, letting go and like, I don't need your approval to do this. I look great. I love mahogany obsidian for that. So let's bring this in for you. And you go ahead and you rock those pants, because as I like to remind people every year, how do you get a bikini body? You get a bikini and you put it on your body. Congratulations, you have a bikini body. So enjoy. Definitely enjoy wearing those really cool pants. Does keeping stones in salt water ruin them? Some. It's not good for malachite, galena, or selenite. I usually recommend, actually this is a good idea. So I usually put salt in something and put the crystals near it so that the crystals aren't actually touching the salt. This is what I keep underneath the crystals to my right. It's a wooden box filled with Epsom salt and sea salt. which helps absorb and wick away any negative energy. And I just put the crystals right on top. And by the way, I've got a nice sphere of Mystic Merlinite Indigo Gabbro. So yeah, that's where I had a Korakar stone. So that's usually how I do it, and that might be easier. I don't have lodestone, I'm sorry. Oh, Jane, good to see you. You're in your 40s and it took me this long to like my body. I'm starting to feel the same way about that. And I'm 42, so I understand. Oh, thank you, Korakar. Oh, you're welcome, Barbara. Let's see. Anything to stabilize diabetes in cats. You have 2 diabetic cats and their sugars are running high. Leopard skin jasper helps with everything that supports animals. And, pardon my neighborhood, as me and Jen were discussing earlier, there's also, for sugar, blood sugar in general, whether it's diabetes or hypoglycemia, Noble Serpentine can be very helpful for that. So this is Serpentine. This is another gift from Jennifer Vatz's shop. This helps with, like I said, body regulating sugars, diabetes, hypoglycemia, but also for calcium and magnesium deficiency, which are things I struggle with. I'm actually drinking some magnesium powder right now. It's also thought to be helpful for dementia, both those who have dementia and those who are caregivers for them. And it's also helpful for the muscle weakness in general and rashes, eczema, and trance meditation. So it's a bit of an array. But yeah, this is Serpentine. So all the best to you and your kitties. Okay, there we go. So that's Serpentine. Sorry, my nose is still itchy and my throat is still acting up from those wildfires. My goodness, my asthma this week was just wow. Lee, you've got moving up in your career. I want to be you were interviewed last week and hopefully we'll hear back this week. Ooh, all the best to you. Definitely the best one for that is lapis, which is in here. And the next I would say is tourmalinated quartz, which is also in here, because this helps with basically connecting with new ways of experiencing financial abundance, specifically like new income streams and moving up in career. So that's aligned with that too. So all the best. Also trying to think if there's anything else that can support it. Let's see. Oh, I know what I wanted to add. So no, we've got those 2 stones for Lee. For Barbara, I did remember another stone I wanted to add for you. It's epidote. This helps with recovery from illness and injury, but specifically it's thought to be really great for the brain, as well as things like Parkinson's. It's also wonderful for the nervous system, which I struggle with a little bit. And it helps with negative self-talk, which is how I usually work with it. That's something I super struggle with. Like I realized at the beginning of COVID, because I was alone by myself like we all were, that I talked to myself in a way that I would never speak to another person ever. And I'm like, that's terrible. I don't want to do that anymore. This was a stone that really helped me not do that anymore. So epidote. Also very connected with the angelic realm. So Barbara, thank you for making me remember about this stone. And Lee, all the best to you on your interview and hearing back. Definitely let us know when you hear back. And lapis for sure for you. So let's see. Oh, Chris, I've got room in the grid for your request too. Oh, Carmen, you're super welcome. What does Herkimer diamond do? never mind if I already did it. I'll go through it again. So Herkimer Diamond helps with manifesting, and it helps with intuition, specifically with like connecting to spirit and being able to, in a way, send our message up and hear the messages returned. It helps with being in the present moment, and it helps to harmonize energy, like especially if it just feels like the energy isn't balanced in a place. Bring in some Herkimer Diamond and it can really help. So it can help with all of those things, but it's a beautiful, lovely stone. And Blue Sky requested Angelite, Celestite, and stones for unconditional love. Absolutely. So let's go with Angelite and Celestite, which are very related stones. Angelite under the surface of the earth, under the right circumstances for the right amount of time, turns into Celestite. Angelite, as the name would suggest, helps you to connect with your angels. It also is so your angels as well as your spirit guides, but it also helps you to feel connected to source and provides a lot of spiritual protection. It also is thought to enhance the experience of sound healing. So if you're going to any kind of sound healing event, Angelite's one of the great stones to bring along for that. So this is actually what it looks like when it's not tumbled, which is so beautiful. I love that blue. So let's go ahead and we'll put them kind of opposite ends here and here. And for Celestite, also great for connection with your angels and guides, but also your own higher wisdom. It helps us to discern thoughts from fears. So if you're experiencing like a trepidation about something and you're not sure if it's like, is this like a mental logical thing that I'm afraid of this, or is this like my emotions getting in the way, or my intuition telling me this is bad? This can really help with that. It's also wonderful for all manners of physical pain. I feel like it helps us kind of lift out of our physical body a little bit, and it changes our experience of pain. So it can be a wonderful stone just to meditate with and feel your angels around you. So we'll bring this around. And just for fun, these are little pieces of Celestite. Celestite and Angelite are both fairly soft stones, which is why you don't see a lot of jewelry with them. And if there is jewelry, they're usually like enclosed or encased very strongly. This is a big piece of Celestite that I got years ago at a rock shop. So pretty. But it's, even in the time that I've had it, it's lost some little babies from inside. It's a very, very soft stone. So lucky to have such a big, beautiful piece. Awesome. And I hope you're doing well. And unconditional love. Let's see another good unconditional love stone. We've got kyanite, which helps a lot. Feel like we actually have all the really good unconditional love stones out right now. So the next one I'd want to bring in is Chevron Amethyst. Chevron Amethyst it has a lot in common with Herkimer Diamond. It helps to facilitate that connection with spirit. It also helps with channeling, visionary work, shamanic journeying, any kind of clairvoyance. But anytime you want to feel connected to spirit and feel a little bit closer, this can help provide that connection, which can help bring about the unconditional love and support. It also is wonderful for tolerance of others and for degenerative diseases. So this is chevron amethyst. Let's see, let's put them here. And I'm glad that you are here. Hey, it's good to see you, Patty. I have to say after Friday that live seems to be a small bit more powerful than watching it after it's live. There's something about being personally involved too. Yeah, there's something about being personally involved, like having that, like co-creating that space and being like part of the conversation and the request. It's a palpable thing. Hey, Allison. Help in changing life circumstances, attracting good luck, and also finding soul's purpose. Finding soul's purpose, blue apatite, and changing circumstances, attracting good luck. Let's bring in some Larimer. Larimer helps with our connection to our spiritual purpose and confidence to follow that path. This is one that helps you to navigate the fact that our own soul's purpose, soul's mission is always going to be unique and different from everyone else's. And so it gives you that confidence to see that your path is going to be unique and it's not going to look like anyone else's path, and to really give you the support along the way. I like to think of it as a like spiritual pioneer, like you're being you, and it feels like you are striking out in a completely new direction that no one ever has before, because kind of that happens. It's also great for healers, especially that do, or any kind of spiritual workers that struggle with keeping ego in check. This helps to separate the ego of self from the work that we do. So that is Larimer. So let's go ahead and place some Larimer. Let's place this in the center. Okay. Knocking things over. Okay, there we go. And Chris had some requests too. Oh, cool, Jenny. You've put the leopard skin jasper, noble serpentine, and some quartz by the kitties. Awesome. I don't have obsidian sheen, and you know what? My friend Janie always has so much obsidian sheen. That's going on the list. Cool. Awesome. Veil is so thin lately. Anyone else feeling this? Absolutely. My dreams are wild. How often would I suggest to switch out the Epsom salt and the salt that I use to clear my crystals? It's kind of depends on how much you use it. To me, it's sort of like I just looked at that box when I opened it up, and something in me just knew like, oh, it's time for a refresh. Every time it kind of comes to mind, or if it just feels like it's not quite doing its job as much, then it's kind of time. If you're not really sure how often, if you just kind of use your crystals like a regular person and you're not me, then probably every 6 months is more than adequate. But for me, I do it like every 1 or 2. I hope that helps. And let's see, I know that Chris had some other ones. So rose quartz we have, carnelian we have, garnet, green aventurine, moonstone, apatite. We've got apatite, we've got citrine pyrite, we've got herkimer and rutilated, lapis, obsidian. Let's do some malachite. some sapphire, because sapphire will definitely be in alignment with blue skies request. So for malachite, this beautiful green, oh, I love malachite. This is wonderful for processing painful emotions and bringing those painful emotions through the heart and processing them, especially when we have to leave something behind or move on in life. Like this is a stone that can help you with the processing that, say, petrified wood would also be helpful with. This helps with the heart-centered emotions so that you can say, yeah, this is a bittersweet leaving, but I need to process these emotions and move on kind of stone. It's also helpful for inflammation, insomnia, and it is somewhat helpful for depression and anxiety. Of course, like anything, whether it's physical, mental health, what have you, stones and crystals are amazing. They're not a replacement for anything. They are a complement to everything. And it's also a great stone for phobias and fears too. So that is malachite. So processing those difficult heart emotions. Sapphire is a very powerful connector that also helps us to feel the presence of our angels, but it's a great stone for channeling and mediumship. If you do that kind of work professionally or even for friends, this can help you to figure out how to word your impressions to the querent in a way that's most meaningful to them. It's also helpful for speedy justice. It supports the thyroid, and it's thought to help with situations around dementia, whether it's for the individual and the folks who care for them. Also helpful for the eyes and the ears. So that is sapphire. And we're almost going to get started. I'm just going to bring in a couple more. Aventurine, I feel like, is a perfect one for today. Aventurine is a very heart-centered stone, and it helps us to expand our vision of ourselves. A lot of times we look in the mirror and we see someone that's down here. And really, we're so much more. So this is one that lovingly supports you to expand your vision of yourself. It's also great for things like allergies, eye problems, fertility, and if you struggle with feeling nervous or apprehensive about learning something new or feel like you can't learn something, this is one that helps you to take a deep breath and say, okay, wait a minute, maybe I can do this. So, aventurine. Okay, cool. Good stuff. So, I think we're about ready to get rolling. It's so good to see you all. Oh, you're so welcome, Chris. It's good to see you. Oh, Septarian? Absolutely. Absolutely. So Septarian is one that I often use it for the muscle spasms and stuff that I have. So it's great for muscles, but it's also great on an emotional level for any kind of emotional work that you're doing. If you are kind of doing what's often called shadow work, going to the parts of ourselves that are a little bit harder to face, like kind of what I described earlier about my negative self speech, like how I speak to myself in a way that was kind of down. And I noticed that at the beginning of COVID, and then I'm like, hey, I want to heal this. This is a great stone for that evolution that we're on. It helps us with understanding the underlying causes of behaviors, of habits, of beliefs that we struggle with. It helps during those times in the healing process where you need to be really vulnerable in your change and growth. It can be really supportive. And it's also great for supporting the solar plexus, your center of self, your personal identity, and who you are. Helps anyone in an identity crisis. And it's also thought to help skin wounds too. I don't have the Libyan glass. I know that's really popular right now. I'm working on that. And moldavite, I can't find my moldavite. Either it's pieced out or I'll find it when it's time. But Oh, this, what's the stone? This is septarian. Septarian. So, septarian also goes by the name dragon's egg, by the way. So, and we can't quite see it, so I'll see if I can squeeze some in. Moldavite I don't really use in the grid because it's so powerful and intense. It could be a little bit too intense for some folks. Although I might do like a pre-recorded healing around Moldavite at some point where people can like choose to go enjoy it, which that could be really cool. But as like a group thing, maybe it's a bit much. But the Lemurian quartz hits on a lot of the same notes. So let's see. But yeah, I am working on the Libyan desert glass for sure. I'm sorry, Carmen. If there's anything else, let me know. And Jeff and Evelyn for balancing heart chakra. Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah, we've got all the good heart chakra stones. We've got rhodonite, we've got ruby, rhodochrosite, rose quartz. It's a very heart night. It really is. Is there any other good heart stones I can bring in before we get started? Let's bring in some blue calcite. I often think of this as like an emotional first aid stone. This one helps with any type of emotional pain that you struggle to verbalize. It helps to soothe it. It also helps to bring a lot of healing clarity and sort of revelations. Like if you're overwhelmed by the emotions of it and you just feel like you can't see the forest for the trees, this can help with supporting the emotions and also bringing that clarity through. It also helps you to make decisions when your heart would rather not. So blue calcite too. I'm just going to go ahead and bring this in here. So let's go ahead and maybe transition to the Reiki. You're welcome, Chris. And lots of love to you too, Carmen. Awesome. So let's do that thing where I explain what Reiki is and a little of how this works and how to get the most out of your session. And while I do that, those of you who are here, if you wouldn't mind, help me in lifting the energy by going ahead, heading into the chat and typing out anything that you are grateful for, anything at all. And if you feel like it's a little bit more private and you'd rather not put it in the chat, just go ahead, take a deep breath and think about it. While you're doing that, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, I'd super appreciate it. But frankly, I'm just so glad that all of you are here right now. Thank you for being here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, explain what Reiki is, and then we're going to get into the session. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson, and this is Community Distance Reiki. I am the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you would like to schedule a private one-on-one distance session or tarot reading, those are actually only $75. Yeah, seriously. You can go ahead and schedule those on my website, learnreikiphiladelphia.com, which is linked in the description below. And there you can also find out about my live online Usui Reiki certification classes, as well as my crystal shop. So go ahead and check that out. And for anything else about me, you can find that all on Learn Reiki Philadelphia. Also listed below is a link to my email newsletter and all of my social media. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more of like a general catch-all term for energy work. Specifically, the type that I work with is known as Usui Reiki, and it's named after this tradition's founder, who created this method in the early 1920s in Japan. And this is just one approach of many of working with the energy. So this specific practice is unique in that it is very deeply spiritual and completely secular. So you can have your beliefs as far as where the energy is sourced from and all of that serves you, and it can complement whatever spiritual understanding you might already have. The understanding of what energy is and how it works at the heart and foundation of Usui Reiki is best seen in Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul, and all of these soul energies are interlinked. Spirit, however you define it, would then support us with life-sustaining energy through this interconnectedness. And Reiki translates to spiritually guided soul energy. So this energy is already flowing through you, through me, through everyone and everything around us. And in our culture, we generally don't think about it. It's not really something that we acknowledge in our culture, yet it's something that we often feel. When I do the work tonight, essentially what I'll be doing is connecting to that soul energy and directing more of it to you so that your body, mind, and spirit can work with it even more. Because our body, mind, and spirit are already working with this life-sustaining energy all the time. Whether we're culturally aware of it, whether we think about it, it's already there. Essentially, I will be connecting with using Usui's techniques to provide more of this energy for you, and your body will know how to metabolize it in a way that's the best for you in this moment. During the session, what do you need to do? Not a darn thing. I suggest you get physically comfortable, at least as much as you can. Sitting up, lying down, whatever feels best for you. But you don't even have to stay still. You can take a few stretches. You can get up and get a glass of water. You can journal. You can play music, whatever feels right for you in this moment. And I will continue sending that energy to you when and wherever you happen to be for 25 minutes. During which time I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently through several different colors. At no point will it flash or strobe. And I'll also turn up the music if you want to learn more about our musical creator. Her link is at the bottom of the description, so you can enjoy it there. During the session, you may feel any number of things like sensations in your body. You may have some emotions come up or get released. You may, on a mental level, kind of get some resolution or even hear your internal monologue kind of pop up or your subconscious pop up. And spiritually, you might get some intuitions or just some like truths and knowledge and some acknowledgments of things going on. It's likely that you'll feel a little bit of all those things. It's highly likely you'll feel nice and sleepy and take a great nap. This might be a little bit too relaxing and sort of, a little bit too relaxing for something like driving, but any other place is great. And as far as the interconnectedness of all things, it doesn't matter where you are or when you're finding this video. So if you're watching this in the future, hello from the past, the energy will absolutely be there to support you in any way that you need whenever you find this video. Of course, you can always join me live. I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times, and the schedule is in the description. If you subscribe with your notifications on, you won't miss an opportunity to hang out and feel some good vibes. But if you are even here live and you think one day, wow, I could really use a Reiki session right now, and Danielle's not live, go ahead over to our past healing live streams, pick any thumbnail that resonates with you, like any picture of a grid, and you can either enjoy all the crystal love in the beginning or just skip ahead to the healing, and it will be there for you anytime you need. Right now, there's about 300 past healings up for you to enjoy any day, any way that you want. Thank you so much for being here today. It's an honor and a blessing to share this healing with all of you. I absolutely love it. And also, if your mind wanders, remember, you don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. However you show up, you are, and it's all good. If you feel like your mind is wandering and you feel like you almost like lost your zen and you want to like come back into the session, though, you can always take a deep breath in and out. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come in. I'll invite you to take a few deep breaths, come back to your body, and at that point, I'll reopen the chat. And you can share any questions you have. You can share any experiences you feel moved to share. And then we'll call it an evening. So thank you for this opportunity to share in beautiful healing energy. It helps me to feel of service and of purpose. And I absolutely love doing this with all of you. Thank you for your ongoing support. So let's go ahead over, launch that grid, and get into the healing. Jenny, the Reiki works better if you have liked and subscribed. I think I might need to hire you for my marketing at some point. I love it. But yes, if you don't mind subscribing or hitting the like button, I super appreciate it, but it's totally up to you. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. So thank you all for being here. Go ahead, get cozy. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to send for 25 minutes. You're going to feel better. You're going to have a great week coming up. And thank you so much for sharing all of that gratitude. I can already feel the energy shifting. So let's go ahead in and start that session. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly begin to move and bend. Come back to the space that you're in. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. If you have any questions or anything to share, the chat is open. And if you're just going to head on your way from here, I hope you have a beautiful week ahead. I'll be back on Tuesday at 8 p.m., Wednesday at 4 p.m., Fridays at 4 and 8 p.m., and Sundays at 8 p.m. You're so welcome, Grace. I hope you have a beautiful week ahead. You're welcome, Kanta. It was good to see you. You're so welcome, Catherine. You have a good week too. You're so welcome, Jenny. You're welcome, Blue Sky. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out, and thank you so much. Full expression of gratitude for all of you. You're welcome, Barbara. You're always welcome here. Blessings to you too. Blessings to you, Natalie, Martha, Christina. Oh, Christina, you release some emotions? Yeah, that happens for sure. Let's hope for an easy week indeed. I'm so glad you released those emotions, Christina. Thank you for sharing that. You're welcome, Martha, Barbara, Vincent, Chris. And thank you for the congratulations on 1,000 subscribers. Thank you all for the support in getting there. Blessings to all of you this week, and for those of you in Philly, blessings and patience to all of us as we figure out the new normal without 95. We'll make it work somehow. I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude. I will see you all hopefully soon. Definitely I'll be here on Tuesday night. I hope you have a beautiful week ahead. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.